Hello, friend. Welcome back. I'm Deborah Sweet, and this is Trailblazing TV. I am really excited to be here. This is another moment where you and I get to invest into ourselves. So, congratulations once again for setting a couple of minutes aside to take care of you, be here with me, to learn, to share, to grow, and to really allow yourself to lean into and step into the full version of the leader that you already are. So, I'm really thrilled that I just wrapped up a training this morning with the launch of our new program called Brand You. And this is exciting. It's exhilarating. I get very passionate, as you can tell, about who I am and what I do, because what I love to do is help my people, the people that are in my community, really get clarity on the vision of who you are so that I can help support you in your leadership journey to really make an impact into the world that you serve. So today, what I'm going to talk about are some cornerstones that are super important in our personal leadership journey. And so we're going to talk just for a little bit about courage, conviction, confidence, and commitment. Now, these are some simple words that you may hear we talk about, but we don't always do a deep dive into what does this really mean and why is this important in the journey of you leading yourself. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos and you've tuned in and you've worked with me, you are familiar with, there's a mantra that I've really been teaching for years. I've lived by it. And I know it's what I was called to share with you. And there's a mantra that I state, it's called lead yourself, lead others, and then you get to lead the leaders. And we're in a time today where it seems like the world around us is even more tumultuous than it's ever been. I mean, it's very, very hard to turn on radio, media, where we get our social input from and find something that's solely positive. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not positive things, because here's the big picture. We go outside of what the media tells us and you look at this glorious world and there's some amazing people. We live in just an incredible space and there's a lot of goodness going on. But sometimes when we are in the journey of our life, it's really easy to get so sucked into the negativity that we forget, or we get so micro-focused into living in a state of fear, constriction, closure. We start shutting down, and that's not how we are hardwired to be. You as an individual and we as a community are designed to thrive. We are designed to live with purpose, with passion, to have excitement, to live life on fire. So what does it take to move from that place of being fear-based, fear-minded, to where you have that courage, confidence, conviction, and commitment to live your best self? Well, it starts right here. It starts with the decision to say yes to you. And I'm here to support you on that journey. And, the Bible tells us in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, "For I have not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind." And I share that with you because that's a really powerful mathematical type equation that's simply stated, and it's not just theoretical, it's literal. But oftentimes we tend to forget about that. So let me state that again. "For I have not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind." That is the two sides of a bookend that most people have in their lives, and you get the choice. What choice do you want to live in? Do you want to lean into fear? Do you want to live in fear all the time and always feel scared and shut down and be in that space where you're complaining and you're sad and you're negative and you're hurting and you're sliding down that emotional scale of negativity to where life is overwhelming, there's sickness, disease, and death? Or do you want to step onto the side and into the space where you can have power, love, and a sound mind? Power in the space is not about controlling people, right? There is inherent spiritual power, but in this case, and I'm going to bring it into the power of your thinking for right now, right? So love is full love. Oh, I could talk on this whole subject for a long time, but love in this particular case, what I'm talking about first, I want you to say yes to you and allow yourself to love yourself fully. And that is a concept that is foreign to many because we were brought up in a culture for the last century, if not in some cases longer, where we're not taught how to love ourselves or how to allow ourselves to have a healthy relationship with ourselves so that we can bring healthy relationships to the world, right? And of a sound mind. Sound mind is clear thinking, it's clarity. There's the ability to have wisdom and knowledge so that what you choose to do with courage, conviction, confidence, and commitment is that there's clarity behind your why and where you're going, and the clarity behind who you are and why you've been called out as a leader. And a lot of people, they're unfamiliar. They haven't given themselves that opportunity to really answer, what is my why? What is my purpose? So I encourage you, if that is still an area that's fuzzy, leave me a comment below. I'd love to chat with you. Let's chat online. Let's get on the phone. But for our time here together, let's really look at the details. If you're living in a state of fear and you're always scared, my friend, I'm here to share with you, you don't have to be that way. That's not where you're supposed to live. A lot of people will tell you the opposite. I seem to be the square peg in the round hole many times over. I'm here to call you out and invite you in to saying yes to you and stepping into the leadership role of leading yourself first. Okay? So let's talk about part of what it takes to do that. Courage. Let's look at courage. It does take you to be courageous and have courage to say yes to you and to say yes to being a better leader of your life, right? With clarity, a sound mind, with love, with power of saying yes to you. Courage is, by definition, it's unconditional. Like there's nothing it's not a conditional type situation. We get to turn on and be courageous when we say yes to a situation. And it's when we say yes and we go do something, even when we're scared, right? Our heart might be pounding along the way when we're asked to do something, but we muster up the courage, right? It's an emotional component. It's a strength from within that we can go do. So courage is really important when you are struggling with how things are going, like you're living through and looping through drama. Maybe there's drama on a personal level that seems to always repeat a pattern. Maybe there's drama at work that always seems to repeat a pattern. Do you have the courage? Are you willing to say yes to stopping the pattern? Are you willing to say yes to looking at learning new skills so that you can be a better person for yourself first and change how you show up? And many times when you change how you show up, you create a ripple effect that then will diffuse and deflect and in many cases avoid the pattern of drama that's been showing up. But to do that, like if you're unhappy with the repetitive drama and you're yearning for something more, something that leans into the space of love, that space of power, that space of peace, it requires you to say yes in a courageous way to being willing to let go of some of the belief systems and maybe some of the conditions that always bring about the repetition. I want to take a quick moment and say hello. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Oscar. Hey, Jesse. Hey, Glenn. Hey, Shirley. Hi, Sean. Thanks for being here today. Love, love, love having you here. Congrats for being here with me. So getting back into courage, conviction, confidence, and commitment. When you want to start removing more fear from your life, right? You want to avoid that spin out, that burnout, that crash and burn scenario. Because I got to tell you, friends, I've lived in it and it's a hard way to live. And you're ready to say yes to you. say it starts with courage. It's just the courage to say, yes, I want to, and now's the time for me to move into learning some new skills so that I can remove myself from a place of being fearful. But that takes conviction. Okay, so courage, conviction. When you're leading yourself, let's talk about conviction. Now, conviction comes in two ways. You may have heard this. There's conviction. My heart was convicted, right? I felt convicted in my heart. Heart conviction in that space, that's that moment of transparency where that's a little tell that something's a little off, right? What may surface under certain layers of conviction of the heart in that respect could be feelings of doubt, shame, there's discouragement. You're afraid. You don't want to tell, right? Maybe we made a choice and it just wasn't the best choice. There's convicted of your heart because in that space, it's just a little trigger that's designed to say, hey, let's go back, look at the situation, and what could we have learned and what can we do different next time, right? Because friend, it's easy. You have the ability to forgive. Most people don't do that, but that's super important. If you're living in a space of fear, and that fear and the drama pattern's been what's been infused in your life for so long, if you look back at what did I do, where was I at cause that added to the drama, and you feel the conviction of your heart, that ping in the heart that may make you feel sad, I encourage you, forgive yourself. You can only do your best with what you have learned. And today, like literally right now, you are learning something new. What's more important is moving forward with the other side of conviction, right? Conviction without condemnation is super important. And the conviction of your heart that leads you into a place of joy and power and love and confidence and living it with a sound mind. Conviction in this part actually ties deeply into the passion of who you are and what's your why. Because forward moving conviction is a firmly held belief. Now, you can have conviction of the heart in the negative space, and that will repeat. I promise you hold on to the conviction of the heart, and you're going to stay in a space of fear and in the negative cycles, right, that come along in the emotion. I encourage you and I invite you, shift, be willing to let go and forgive, and allow yourself to embrace and receive conviction with commitment, right? Conviction with courage and commitment that it's time for you to move in and be a full, whole leader, a whole human that gets to experience all the goodness that life offers. That's the conviction. And if you are not clear on your why, on your personal purpose, why are you here on this world? Why do you do what you do? What's all your social goodness, all your personal goodness, your business goodness? And if you're fuzzy in those areas, connect up with me. That's one of my skills. Ever since I was a little kid, I was gifted with this ability to vision in. I will see things, and I just see things, and I understand things about you that you may not even understand. But we can like kind of lay all the puzzle pieces on the table in front of us and take a look at where your strengths are, where the opportunities are, so that you can live in fullness, live in joy, be the amazing leader to lead yourself with courage, with passionate conviction, and with confidence, right? So confidence has to do with unwavering faith about your capacity, your abilities, the things that you do very well. It's just that, it's like that inner grounding stake in the ground, right? To step up with confidence and be able to firmly declare yes or no about what you want to do or who you are. A lot of people struggle with confidence. And my friends, I'm speaking to you today. If you've watched any of my other videos, right, you're going to see that I fully share, because I've been on, no joke, no BS, about a 40-year quest to be able to be confident and live in a space of health, happiness, confidence, and to understand my why. My quest started when I was a little girl. I'd see all my friends be happy and laughing and healthy, right? I wasn't that way. I am an introvert. Most people don't believe it. I've learned some skills along the way that allow me to express what I'm sharing with you. But what you mostly are seeing here today is the visual imprint of me living through the journey that I lead others through. But here's the cool part. It doesn't have to take you 40 years like myself. I trailblazed a lot of stuff, right? I want to help you with where you're at. Where are you at today? Where do you want to be? And let's short track it a little bit, right? Because the world needs you. The world needs you. You have people in your space that are looking for the goodness that you offer. And it's your time to shine with courage and with conviction and with confidence. And then the last part we layer in is commitment. Commitment is dedication to a cause. And you know, a lot of people, oh, wow, I'm going to use sports for a second. I grew up in the part of the country where I promise you, the people that I grew up with are the most committed raving sports fans ever. And I'm talking ever, capital EVER, right? It does not matter. They're not fair weathered friends. So there's commitment to the cause to the 100th degree. But just utilizing sports, right? Because we know that there are some sports teams have fair weather friends and others have the diehards no matter what. What I'm asking you is, do you have commitment to a cause or your cause? So you are that diehard raving fan for who you are and what you do. Can you bring on your A game with your fullness, in love, with confidence, with courage, with conviction, with commitment, and in full joy? If today, in this moment, you are unable to say a resounding yes, please know it's okay, because this is a journey, it's a process. But if what I'm talking to you about is pinging your heart, it's resonating with you, connect up with me. Let's talk. One of the things that I offer is I'm building a trailblazing nation. I'm building a nation here that is going to influence our educational system. I work with adults, and I've got something that's in the queue that is designed to help support our next round of children, because the children are our future. But I need adults to line up with me and lock arms and be amazing leaders in their fullness, in their joy. You have goodness that the world needs. You have a voice, you have thoughts, and you have ideas in your head. I know you do, because that's where all my people are at. And I'm here to help you get clarity onto who you are so that you can show up and truly live in that abundance with that peace, that power, that love, that fullness, so that you can have the visions that you've always dreamt about, but maybe still sitting on that side of, I don't know. So, friend, just remember, what's already been gifted to you from our Creator is the promise that He did not make you with the spirit of fear. He made you in the spirit of love, power, and of a sound mind. I've made a commitment to Him to serve you and to share my journey and my knowledge so I can help you step into your place of strength. So whether you own a business, whether you work for a company, maybe you're recently retired, maybe you think you can't work, right? But you have this calling to do something more. You want to be more and do more. Connect up with me below. Let's set some quiet time. Let's get heart to heart. We can get on the phone. We can get on a video call. Let's talk a little bit. Where are you at? Where do you want to be? Because chances are you're here in my space hearing this message right now because I have something that you need to know, or I have a resource that I need to connect you to. So with that, thank you so much. Again, congratulations for investing into you. Remember, you are wanted, you are admired, you are needed, you are appreciated. I love you. And it's time for you to shine. So go rock your day, live in your power, live in your peace, and I'll see you real soon. Thanks.